Actually, I could pause it. See how long this stays. What up, folks? Let's see who makes it in tonight. Well, there's a couple people made it in. Cal, howdy. Oh, let's see. Craig, howdy. G-Dog, Tanner, JJ. Dadgum, Almond, Miss Clementine, bunch of y'all popping in. Hit that thumbs up on your way in. If you would, please. What is everybody doing tonight? Chris, howdy. Oh, I'm just chilling a little bit. Grandma went and laid down. Jeff, howdy, sir. Oh, I'm just chilling out a little bit. I was watching Idiot Tube over there. Warwick, what's up, mate? Well, it's a good thing to work your butt off. Makes you a lot of money and makes you weigh less. It ain't been all bad. Got a lot of yard work done yesterday. The young man that works for me, he got a lot done today. I've been kind of lazy myself. Yeah, that was my boy's hat, or this was my boy's hat. It was one of the pictures of those 3 pictures I took. So, yeah, mine will be a long day tomorrow too. No, I go home every weekend, man. Pretty much every weekend. Every once in a while I get stuck out. He's a neighbor feller down the road. Carlos, evening, brother. Hey, young man lives down the road. Looks for a little bit of side work. Very good friend from the yard in the area. They were out of diesel. How in the world they run out of diesel? That ain't good. Well, in the morning I'll deliver in Houston, pick up in Houston, and head to Oklahoma. I'll be running the back roads though. Still Willie Trainer. Yeah. Well, if you can only drive 2 hours tomorrow, it ain't even worth firing the truck up. I would sit there and use this 10-hour break to my advantage. Take another 24 or so. I'd go ahead and just get a 34 reset. And you can't tell me whatever freight you got on your wagon is too important. There we go. Well, it gets old talking trucking, but I know there's a lot of new people in here that trucking is what they're interested in, and I've done it forever. So it is what it is. Big Cabin, Oklahoma. Yeah, I've been at that truck stop long before it was remodeled. Oh, goodness. Was that in your personal car, Carlos? Well, that ain't all bad, see? Uh-huh. Actually, Paul shared that with me. What's up, O3? Brian, what's going on? That was a pretty good word this morning, I reckon. Them gators are rough on cars, Carlos. And who is we, see? Is your trainer watching them with you? Well, there ain't a whole lot to talk about, Alman. Although I did see a deal where the FMCSA, whatever, Federal Motor Carriers, made an announcement at Louisville Truck Show that there's some big changes coming to the hour service that's supposed to make it more flexible for us. But they won't say what. And it has not been voted in yet. It's close, but not voted in yet. 7 weeks out, Grandma wouldn't tolerate that no more. I used to stay out for months on end. Cooking today, pizza, and next dish is mushroom, onions, and clam from a can. Well, okay. Oh, they're not on every stoplight, but they're on a lot of them. And a lot of them, they have been taken to court and they don't actually work. But you never know which ones they are. Okay, see. I can't do burnouts. Well, you need to get a little more throttle in that truck. Oh, thank you, Carlos. But the question is, did you learn anything from it? Did it help your walk with the Lord? What do you mean, let's talk about no privacy? I got privacy. If you're driving for a company that's got inboard cameras, get your experience and get away from them. See, that's the way the industry works, people, is that some companies will start doing stuff that drivers just hate, like inboard cameras, and there's other companies that's going to try to sell you on it that we don't have them. Come over, we're better. So, where I'm at, we don't have them. Although they are putting them in some trucks. Evidently, we just had a young man I think it was a man, I don't know. So a young driver or a driver, I don't even know their age. But we had a driver that screwed up, and for him to stay with the company, they are going to have an inboard camera. So, it is what it is. There you go, Carlos. God first. Those camera help car repos to find cars. Okay. Well, yeah, there's a lot of cameras and phones and stuff. Oh. You ain't gonna do nothing with emission regulations. If anything, they're gonna get worse. Look what California's trying to do right now. by 2050, California wants to have, what was it, 80 or 90% electric trucks, or no diesel trucks. Really? You think that's going to happen that quick? I don't see it happening. Right? Well, that's true, Warwick. They've got caps on them, but the privacy stuff was covered with a bunch of this nonsense when it went through Congress. And they're supposed to turn your cameras off whenever you set the brakes on the truck. It's supposed to be set up where they automatically go off. And if you're the kind like grandma wouldn't trust them to be off, so I know damn good and well grandma would have me covering that camera up whenever we went off duty. So, and on duty, I'm not doing anything I shouldn't be. If they have a problem with me reaching down in the floor to pick up my big old mug to get a drink, then they need to let me go, because I ain't going to drive their truck for 11 hours without a drink. What if I let loose of the steering wheel to light a cigarette and use both hands? There's some things I'm going to do. It's just part of driving, regardless what the pencil neck geeks think. And, that's how I was about the cameras. That's what I told Larry when he started putting them in the truck. Didn't make it into mine. But I told him, no. Now, my driving was so bad it warranted a camera, that would be one thing. But as long as I've been with him, I've had no accidents. Ain't been no call-ins on me. No tickets to speak of. None of this stuff. There's nothing to warrant an inboard camera. So, no. Now, if I'm screwing up, that's a whole different ballgame. Then it's on me. Oh, I come home almost every weekend, folks. I don't know why y'all don't catch on to that. Okay, what's your point, Chris? Yeah, I did too, Warwick, back in the day. Midge, what's going on? You've been drugging it up. Canada style. Y'all still got too much snow and ice up there. Uh-huh, I hear you, Carlos. You forgot you were driving with your knee. Well, good deal. Thank you for the 14th. Hey, trucking up where ELDs come in, I hear you. Well, howdy, Cliff. Lafayette, Indiana. I used to pick up car parts there. Women eat pork and beans. Pork and bacon. In the Old Testament, yes, it did say you wasn't supposed to eat certain meats and all that stuff. And then who was it? Was it Paul that was given the vision? He was at somebody's house and the sheet came down from heaven with all these animals on it, and he was being told to eat, and he's like, no, I can't eat them, they're not pure. And the Lord saying, if I tell you to eat, then it must be pure. So a lot of that stuff really doesn't apply to modern day. It didn't apply back then. I think it says you can eat the split hoofed animal and all that. I don't know. But I'm going to eat what we eat. And I'm not going to worry about if it's biblically correct or not on some debate out of the Old Testament. If anybody else wants to do that, by all means, have at it. I'm going to just go ahead and be Papa Joe. And I got a big old butt roast in there I cooked up today. And I ate on it. I'm going to eat on it during the week. Some of it's going in an ice box. I'll probably do something different with it next week. So, Dreadport 25, what's going on with you, man? I don't recall seeing you in here before. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, some of my old kinfolk could roll a cigarette one-handed. Yep. You're in Colorado. And it was flurrying. Well, yeah, that's not uncommon in Colorado. Cricket, how you doing? Wrong channel, Alman. JJ, delete that message. Alman, knock that nonsense off. Go to another channel for that. Well, that is because it's coming from farther up the river. All that stuff up there in them northern states is melting, and it's a big flood place in a lot of places. So, I wouldn't know. I didn't live back then, Chris. Huh. Big problems in little Canada, huh? Well, I put mine on about 4:30 this morning. I laid it out yesterday and thawed it because it had been in the freezer. Another weekend where me and Grandma didn't go to the store until late today. We was eating out of the freezer, and I went out there to look. Found pork chops out there to cook up for last night, and that Boston butt for tonight. So I put it on about 4:30 this morning. Let it cook about 8 hours. JJ a little slow on his finger today, is he? We're going to have to get Warwick up to tune on that too. Well, that ain't good, Jose. Good thing she's your friend and not your wife. Oh, we talk everything, Chris. Junior, how are you doing? Doing fine here, buddy. Just taking a little break, jump on there and say howdy. I've been missing a few nights here last week or two. Opportunity opened itself up this evening for a little short on here. Grandma's laying down. When she gets up, I'll damn sure get off. Well, I know, Warwick. I just ain't get you caught up where you know how to do all of it. Do you know how to delete messages and give people a timeout and block them? If you don't, get with Carlos and learn how. I just can't recollect you having to do it before. That's why I was bringing it up to you. Well, the onion flavoring is a good thing, but what you'll find out is that if you're cooking your dish and wanting it to last in an extended time, like if you're taking out in the truck and you're going to put it in your ice box and want it to last a week to 10 days or whatever, you don't want onions. Onions start going bad one of the fastest of anything that you're cooking. That's why if it's something I'm cooking, I think it's going to last a while, I don't put onions in it. That's something my dad told me, and I just always believed him on that stuff. He was a hell of a cook. Okay, JJ, that's cool, brother. As long as you continue to try. As Carlos will tell you, watch ahead of me. Okay, Warwick, it's good. I ain't trying to get in nobody's butt tonight, fellers. I just want to make sure everybody on top of their game. Spoiled indeed, fresh out of crock pot or oven. I ain't understanding you there, Chris. Well, Josh, which one? Who was you that got blocked? There was one message that was supposed to have been deleted. That was all I asked for. Carlos, did you delete his message or block him? I was going to give him the opportunity. He's been in here a lot and doesn't normally make them kind of comments. That's why I told him to, it was the wrong channel. So if you would, please unblock him. Oh, goodness. Mr. Freightliner, what's up, brother? What up, Tyler? Well, there's a lot wrong with our government, boys and girls. No, JJ, you really can't. I was just telling a rookie driver about that. Now, he's got 3 years. He don't think he's a rookie. But I was just telling him about that yesterday because we had a truck that burned up. The trailer did not. But no, most trucks and trailers, if you just pull the pin and try to pull out, that trailer's going to go down and land on your rail. and your kingpin's going to catch on a crossbar back there at the very back of your rail, and it'll hook you up. But if you're an old pro at trucking, you can spin the landing gear down pretty damn quick. And it ain't like you got to get it down and give it the extra 3 deals. Just whiz that sucker down, and you can do it literally one fingered. You can, most of them, if your equipment's being taken care of. But no, I do not suggest anybody trying to just pull out from underneath the trailer. So it's a good way to get it stuck up. Josh is Alman. Okay. We'll go ahead and release him. Give him a shot. Give him a chance. You are right, Chris. Tomato sauces and different. That's why when you go to the grocery store, you got so many flavors of it. And other stuff in there too. Well, Josh, Paul's in for the same thing. He wanted to do that AKA Mr. Freightliner only for one night as a joke. After I did the little sermon deal where we did the race. So he was going to come in as a joke as Mr. Freightliner. And he's got stuck with it now for 90 days. Actually, it got kind of chilly today. Yesterday was beautiful, a little windy. Last week or so, it's been real nice. The next 2 or 3 days, it's going to have a little cold spell for us. It's not going to hit freezing, but it ain't going to miss it by much either. But by like Thursday, it's supposed to be getting back up in the 70s. But Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it's supposed to be dropping down in the upper 30s and only going to be a high up in like the 50s, which is chilly for down here. Well, Chris, Texas ain't no different than anyone else. With all the regulations and stuff on meat producing and all that, it ain't like we can drive down to the slaughterhouse and get it. Now we do have meat places and stuff where you can go get it just like y'all do. We have slaughterhouses where you can raise your own, take it in and have it slaughtered and butchered just like y'all, but the average Texan don't go shopping around and try to find a meat store or raise his own beef. We go to Walmart and our grocery store just like the rest of the country. You're getting up to 75 until Wednesday? Well, you have the Texas Longhorn, which is actually out of Mexico, but it's been in Texas for couple hundred years or something. And it's a big old, super long, wide horns on it. They span out like the whole span can be up to like 6+ feet. They get long. That's a Texas Longhorn. Look them up. Yeah, I bet you are, Warwick, out there in that garage. That same thing it did here, JJ. Well, I was watching the wind yesterday, and the wind steadily kept picking up. By the time me and Lakota got done working, it was starting to blow pretty good. And by sundown, the cold front had done moved in. By this morning, the wind had pretty much stopped, but it was chilly. It was here. Oh, Carlos, you're hard on the boy. Now, if you're driving, what are you doing texting? You better be having your wife do that texting or one of the kids. Actually, spelling ain't bad. Is your baby doing the texting for you? How many of y'all came in this morning and shared the word? Or how many have watched the video since it went up? Me and Grandma sat in here and watched it after I made it. I think it was an okay video. For someone that ain't a preacher. And Paul stepped up and found a couple pretty good verses to throw in the mix there. He kind of got caught flat-footed on it. But I didn't know he was going to do that. He didn't know what subject I was going to talk about. So he did pretty good, I think. Yeah, but JJ, he might like that. Yes, I did, Warwick. Those are true Texas Longhorns they got. And I'm waiting to see if any of them mountain lions or anything they're having issues with try to tackle that old bull and any of his cows. That could get to be pretty rough on them. Kitty cat shish kebab. I seen at one point, Carlos, you said you stood up and clapped. I didn't know what part that was about. No, I will not, Jose. No, I won't. She needs to pray to God. You can pray to God for her if you want. Did you watch my video this morning, my sermon this morning, Jose? You go watch my video and you understand why I said no. That's what I'm afraid of, Paul. I already had a diamond earring at one time. I let that hole grow close. You know what I mean? Yeah, he did, Carlos. No, it ain't a bummer, Jose. Life is made full of choices. And there's a lot of choices that we have to make every day, and she's made some of hers. And I'm not going to be praying for God to interfere with the court system for someone to not get 2 years in jail over doing drugs. That 2 years in there might straighten her out. That might bring her to the Lord. But a lot of people went to jail and met God in there. That would be the best thing for her. You ought to be asking people to pray for her to bring her to God. Yeah, exactly, Warwick. Oh, okay, Carlos. Well, that's exactly what I'm talking to about Josh right now, is the free will and not blaming God, not asking God to come straighten up our mess ups when we didn't take Him into our life to start with. I know, I sound like a hardcore old fart, don't I? All right, folks, chat me up, or I'm going to get up here and watch a little more of the Idiot Box up there. I got Naked and Afraid playing right now. It's paused. Then the season premiere of Alaska Bush People's coming on here. And matter of fact, about now it's starting. So I'll have some commercials to fast forward to. Well, good Lord's made me receptacle to the blah blah. He's softened me up a little bit, but I ain't forgot how to be hard. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to get off here, enjoy a little bit of home time, get some time in my recliner, a little bit of TV time. We've done ate dinner, and I put up the leftovers, made me a plate to go. Grandma's probably going to be getting up in a few minutes. I want to be all kicked back and relaxed. I appreciate y'all stopping in for this short one. Y'all remember, God loves you, and so do I. If you're out there on the roads, be careful, please. Y'all have a blessed evening now. Good night.